Now, the author of Mastering Probability, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters. Welcome to the Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and thanks so much for joining me, folks. I absolutely treasure your presence here today, and my outcome is to help you to become a better money master. But mostly, folks, it is to provide you with the tools that will help you to lead an inspired life, because leading an inspired life, folks, that is what it's all about. So let's go take a look at one of our tools. This is the tool that I call counting on yourself. Now, here's a very powerful way, folks, for you to be able to grow. You know, what you want to do is you want to cultivate your self-reliance. What does that mean? That means take responsibility for your own life. Take responsibility for whatever it is that happens to you. Know that you have consciously made, folks, the decisions that are now impacting you. Know that what's happening right now, right here, right now, is the direct relationship to what? It's a direct relationship, folks, to what it is that we did yesterday. Now, what you've got to be able to do, and when you trade these markets, or no matter what it is, you see, the way you do anything in life, folks, it is the way you do everything. And what you need to learn to be able to do is to trust your instincts. There is nothing faster, folks, nothing faster in life than that speed of trust. You want to make sure that you've got trust in yourself. You want to make sure that you've got trust in the others that you have surrounded yourself, folks. Take credit. Take credit when you've done something well, and just step up and just simply accept the responsibility when something doesn't go your way, folks. Learn from your mistakes and pass that education on to everybody around you that you care about. Have you ever gotten caught in a rainstorm? I know I've gotten caught in several. In fact, I got caught in one last week during, when the hurricane, of course, it wasn't a hurricane. It was a tropical storm when it was coming into Florida, and I got caught in a rainstorm without an umbrella. Have you ever gotten caught in a rainstorm without an umbrella? I got drenched. I mean, absolutely drenched. That, folks, was my responsibility. I mean, after all, it was cloudy out. After all, I did know that there was a tropical storm around. It was my decision to go out there and walk without an umbrella. It meant that I was unprepared for life circumstances right then and there. I can't control life circumstances. You can only control how it is that we respond to it, folks. So, it was just one of life's unpleasant circumstances. They happen to us all the time. You can't change those circumstances, folks. All that you can do is change the meaning and be prepared to take action. What kind of action do we take? That's right, at TFNN, we take massive action, folks. Count on yourself and surround yourself with the others that you trust. That is counting on yourself, folks. Now let's go take a look at these markets out here. And you got to trust on yourself. Right now, it seems like everybody is relying on others, relying on Uncle Ben out there. If we take a look at the futures market, if you're watching us on TigerTV, you're taking a look at the ES mini chart here. It's trading out. That's the S&P futures, folks. It's the 30-minute chart that we're looking at. It's trading out right now at 1401.75. If you're listening on the radio, thank you so much for doing that. Maybe you're listening on your mobile device because you went to tfnn.mobi. You can always catch an archive of this show on Channel 9, folks. Right now, you've got the Dow futures trading off about 40 points. The ES minis down about 5. NASDAQ futures off 9. Russell 2000 down 3. Just kind of the yin and yang that we've had here for what seems like, the entire month of August. Now, in the early part of August, we had the month kind of trending up as it was moving sideways. Right now, we got the market trending down as it is moving sideways. Just simply a peek around before we go take a look at the ES mini, peek around the markets here. You got gold up a couple bucks, traded out at 16.65. King dollar back 11 pennies right now, out at 81.44. If we take a look around Europe, you've got the DAX off 48 points right now. The FTSE's off 7. The Nikkei in Asia, everything was red last night. You had the Nikkei down 86 points. The Shanghai staged a comeback, still went to a lower low. The Shanghai wants to go to even lower lows. Shanghai was only up 65 cents last night. The Hang Seng off 1 2/10%, off 235 points. Our call-in number is always 877-927-6648. Would absolutely love to hear from you. Would be happy to take your questions. Take a look at your stock chart as far as in the news. Jobless claims out there simply unchanged, and personal spending was up 0.4%. No real impact on on the markets, the way that they were trading. If we take a look at the ES Mini, what it is doing, it's in the process of completing a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD down. Yesterday, when we took a look at the ES Mini, we were taking a look at this downtrend channel that price had been traveling into. Was a little bit of a false break topside. That false break really coming in at the 1:30 time frame, 1:30 all the way up until about 3 p.m. The market getting back into that downtrend channel, folks, into the 4 o'clock close out there. And so if we now take a look at what the market has done since the close, it's really making that C to D leg of the A to B equals CD down. 1,400, 1399, 75 would be the 1-to-1 price projection. There's some additional support down here at the 1 to 1.272, A to B equals CD down out at the 1396. You say, Steve, how do you know it's support? It's because it's where the candle signals simply told us what the bulls and the bears were doing. On the 30-minute chart, you've got a nice bullish engulfing candle that came in here at 10:30 in the morning, and this was on August the 24th. You had some real conviction on the next candle behind that move. That also got back inside that downtrend channel and then went up to the top of it. Possible that the market would move back down to the bottom of that downtrend channel, but we'll just simply take these things one step at a time out here. So your ES Mini, look for that to get down to either the 1400 level, possibly 1396, just doing what is normal. Just what is normal. A to B equals CD on the way up, on the way down. That's on your S&P futures. If we go take a look at the Dow futures out here, and this time here I'll switch over to the daily chart. The daily chart, we were looking at this yesterday. The Dow is absolutely the weakest link right now at this point in time as we take a look at certainly the 4 futures indexes out here between the Russell, the S&P, the NASDAQ, and the Dow futures. If we take a look at the Dow futures is going to be releasing some information to us, or may be releasing information to us because it is coming into a support area. That support area, going back just simply to 4 trading sessions ago, August the 24th out there. August the 24th makes a bullish engulfing candle out there. It opens up on the 24th out at the 13,038 price point, closes out at 13,156, engulfs the entire prior session out there. Support on this candle means the support is at August 24th. That low, 13,011. That's an area, folks, that needs to hold. It can be tested. The market can go below it. It's really got to take a look at the closing session out there. I say that, and it looks to me like that area wants to be tested this morning. Why? Because if we take a look at the trend here, and when you're creating channels, folks, and this is, thank God for Bud Ross, for his teachings out there. He's certainly one that we can trust, and you want to be able to surround yourself with folks that you can trust. He will tell you when you're drawing channel lines, and you want to, as the market gives you more information, go back and redraw your channel lines. You want to make sure you're using as many co-located opens and closes as you can. The more, the merrier. The more, actually, the stronger with regard to where real price is at. And if we take a look at that, I've adjusted those channel lines here. I'm starting here with the open on June the 5th. That open on the Dow futures out at 12,064. That's really my first touch point. You've got basically 2 touch points on July 12th and the 13th. On the 13th, the open is 12,500. That just gets you very close to the close on July 12th as well. You can see you've got basically 2 other touch points. The close on July 25th, very close to the open on July 26th. And so that is basically setting up our channel line. Could be maybe just a little bit higher than that. And you can see right now the Dow futures flirting with that area inside the candle from August 24th. That low wants to be tested. I don't know whether that's going to be tested today or whether it's going to be tested tomorrow. Today is as good as any out there. If you're a bull, you want to see that tested. You want to see it close back inside it, and then you want to see some other kind of sign of strength or some other kind of bullish candle on the following session. That would be tomorrow. That is on our Dow futures. If we go take a look and see what else is going on, let's take a look at the daily on the ES Mini. We don't need to just spend time looking at the 30-minute chart. If we take a look at the ES Mini, you can see, it has formed a double top out there, testing swing points from March 27th, testing swing points from April the 2nd out there. If we take a look at the And it did that, folks. It did that on August the 21st. Right now, if we go take a look at that March 27th swing point, because that is the swing point high, what you would be doing is you would be taking a look at the bottom of that candle. The bottom here, I'm going to go ahead and draw the line across, our line of demarcation. Let's put that also in a dark black color out there. What you can see is price right now is doing what? Trading below that area. So now you've got a rejection of price. We know we have a rejection of volume out there when it comes to the swing point back here in March 27th, 2012 out there. So as you speak right now, as we look at these charts right now, you've got a rejection of price and volume out there. What does that set up? That sets up the ES Mini coming back and testing the 1395.25 level. That happens to be the low of August 24th. So as you take this chart and then you go back to that 30-minute chart, remember I said that the support area after the 1 to 1.272 gets you down to 1395. It's an important area, especially when you go back intraday and you see what happened, because down at 1395, what do you've got? You've got that cluster of bullish candles out there. If that area fails, that low of 1395.25, it came in at 9 o'clock in the morning. If the market gets down there, what does that set up? Excellent question. It sets up the next expansion of that A to B equals CD down. That would get you to 1391.85. If this area holds here, what's likely going to happen between now and tomorrow when Uncle Ben releases his minutes and comes and tells us how he's going to save the world as well? I would expect today we would continue to see the yin and the yang. You would see price go to where? Likely the upper portion of that downtrend channel. Can I give you the exact number on it? No, but it's right in the 1408, 1409 area. Maybe it even goes back and it tests the highs from yesterday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon up at 1412. 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. We'll be right back.
Kate Stalter's exciting newsletter, Low Price Leaders, has just launched, and now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial. Every Wednesday afternoon, Kate sends out her weekly newsletter to her subscribers where she focuses on small cap stocks with market caps under $2 billion, as well as low-priced equities with share prices ranging from $5 to $12. Kate tracks a variety of stocks with a combination of strong technical support and solid fundamentals. Many of the stocks featured will be recent IPOs. These newer issues are often some of the biggest price gainers in the market and provide an excellent opportunity for substantial gains if timed correctly. You can catch Kate Stalter live on TigerTV with her small cap roundup every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and visit TFNN.com right now to get your 2-week free trial to her brand new newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, while locking in the low introductory monthly rate of only $37.50 per month, almost a 50% discount. Act now.
With the launch of TigerTV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With TigerTV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, Kate Stalter, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Carol Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on TigerTV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out TigerTV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
Millionaires are made every day. The fact is, living your dreams is possible. Someone, somewhere is going to get rich. My recommendation is, let that be you. Each day, someone is making the decision to better themselves and creating a plan to fulfill their financial dreams. Let that be you. The key to turning dreams into reality is to take massive action. Let that be you. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Master Show with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN, and I can help you with your journey to great wealth. I'll show you how to create the ultimate financial edge, a set of tools, insights, and strategies that are part of my daily newsletter service, Mastering Probability. You'll have direct access to me by phone, email, and my private library of trading and investing secrets for 30 days with an unconditional money-back guarantee. I'll take your trading to the next level. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage at TFNN.com and turn your dreams into reality. Mastering Probability, folks. Let that be you.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks, and I do believe the PGA Tour is up in Boston. With this being a holiday weekend, they instead of starting on Thursday, they are going to be starting, I believe, tomorrow. So if you're up in the Boston area, it should be some great golf up there. I believe they play the TPC Boston course. I say that because on Thursdays we use the music that a good friend of mine wrote for CBS for the golf, for the Masters golf. Actually, it was when he wrote that music. Let's go take a look at the Japanese yen out here. U.S. dollar, Japanese yen currency pair, and maybe setting up just simply the trade of the year out there. The trade for a while. And if we take a look at this, folks, taking a look at the in fact, let me do this. Let's go ahead and first put this on a monthly chart. So let's get a better long-term picture of this. I need to see if I can refresh this, pull this all the way back. Wow, didn't expect to see that with my chart out here. What the heck happened there? That's not a good thing. Let me see what happens when I go to the daily now. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Not sure what just freaked out there on the monthly chart. Let me try the weekly. Maybe I can do the weekly for us. That will pull us back here. Let me see if I can refresh my screen here without this thing going haywire. I can't. Must be a really bad tick or something in there. Okay, so let's just simply go back to the daily chart. Well, on the weekly chart, what I can tell you is this. If you come back to the week of November 4th, 2011, what the Japanese yen was doing was actually taking out some lows that went back to 1995 out there. And what you also did as it was coming in there, made a really nice bullish engulfing candle. So the lows on the Japanese yen, U.S. dollar, Japanese yen currency pair going out to $75.55. That's a really, really important low. Now, you've had intervention coming in on with the Japanese finance ministers a couple of different times out here. But what you really want to take a look at, because at least during this leg, let me just put this back here on the daily. So put this on the daily chart. This leg here that I'm talking about, meaning from February 2nd in that February 2nd area all the way up to the highs that were made here in March 15th, folks. This is when the yen was weakening, and we all want the yen to weaken. The U.S. dollar to get stronger, the yen to weaken, especially when you take a look at all the technology products that come out of Japan. Just simply makes the goods cheaper for us. Right now, very much expensive with a weak dollar out there. The reason I bring up this most recent move higher is because there was certainly no broadcasted intervention by the finance ministers. Unlike if you come back and you take a look at this session right here, back in October 2011. They came out and they said, hey, we're absolutely going to go ahead and weaken the yen. They did the same thing. If you come back and you take a look at the trading session from August 4th, they weakened the yen out there. And so this move here, if we take a look at from the low to the high, and we'll do that here in a moment, So let's go from the lows. The low looks like the day from February 1st out at $76 and a penny. Might have been the day after that, but close enough. What you can see here, the 0.786 retracement is where the yen had moved back to. It did that on June the 1st, got down to a low. 77.65, 77.76 was the actual exact number out there. So close enough for our work. Creates a bullish engulfing candle here, by the way, as it gets back there. And then what does it do? Starts to make an A to B equals CD up. I don't think that it completed that pattern. If we take a look at that, let's see. Yeah, did not fully complete that pattern. And what it did, folks, it got up and it created a trend line area. That trend line that I'm taking a look at goes back to March 15th. That's the high, 84.17. The next touch point I'm going to use happens to be the June 25th area. Again, trend lines totally different than channel lines out there. The yen moved down, pulls back up, and pulls back up into that trend line on July the 12th. Now what you can see is the last Thursday was, right, August the 22nd. I'm not sure of the day. August 22nd, I think, was last Wednesday. That's when Bernanke came out with the minutes, or the minutes were released for the FOMC meeting. And it took about a half an hour. But after about a half an hour, the yen just simply got whacked. But what it did, folks, it came right back to that trend line. That trend line has held. Very important area here, right around here. Maybe it comes back and it tests it again, tests that trend line. But this is one where I don't usually suggest folks taking trades in ETFs for currencies unless you just simply are at areas where you're kind of like at all-time support or resistance areas. In this case here, the trend line has been broken. That's very important with the trend line being broken. Why? Because it says that the trend may, in fact, be changing out here. I can tell you from a long-term perspective here, you've got a nice Gartley buy pattern out there. So watch. Now, the currency pair for that is YCS. I think there may be a couple others out there. Might be one you want to take a look at trading. 877-927-6648. We get back, we'll go to a couple of our callers on the line, take a look at how these markets are going to drop and whether or not they're going to pop, folks. We'll be right back.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Tom O'Brien's daily trading newsletter, Market Insights, has delivered powerful results for subscribers, and now is the perfect time to try it out for 2 weeks absolutely free. We're so confident in the value Tom provides his subscribers in his daily newsletter that through Labor Day weekend only, when you sign up for a 2-week free trial to Market Insights, we'll send you a free copy of Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, completely free of charge. We'll even cover the shipping cost. Cancel at any time during your 2-week free trial to Market Insights and pay nothing, and keep Tom's free book as a gift from us. This offer is only valid for new subscribers. We've only extended this offer once before, and it will only be active for a short period of 2 weeks. So act now to take advantage of this great offer and be ready to capitalize on a more active, more volatile market once traders return from their August vacations. All the details are on the front page of TFNN.com. Sign up for your free trial to get your free copy of Tom's best-selling book today. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And we're off to the races. You got the Dow trading down 78 points right now. S&P's off 9, Composite down 19, Russell 2000 off 6, Microsoft down 18 ticks, Intel off 15, Google down a couple of bucks, Apple, we'll go take a look at that Apple chart, want to see where that opened. Apple down $3.50 right now. Pop into the upside, you've got Visteon Corp, they're up about 6%, 7% this morning, up $3. You've got Lyondell Basel, they are actually a new addition to the S&P 500. That is partly what is behind that move, up 4% this morning. You've got Sarepta Therapeutics, SRPT, the ticker symbol. They're up 14% this morning, up $1.85. Drop into the downside. You've got Apple, Sears Holdings being booted from the S&P 500. They are down about $3 and change. I suspect they will trade much lower today. Google off a couple of bucks. Ciena Corp off 12% this morning, down $2. And on the ES Mini 30-minute chart there, hitting that 13.99.75, 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. As we were taking a look at that, does set up a Gartley sell pattern, but you still need to wait on that trade out there. Let's go to Rich in Orlando. Rich, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding.
Good morning, Steve. How you doing today?
Excellent. Yourself?
Not too bad. Not too bad for a Thursday morning.
Okay, excellent. Is it still raining over in your neck of the woods, or
No, actually, it's a beautiful day today.
Okay.
But it did rain a little yesterday. But today, now they are talking, I think, about a little rain later in the afternoon.
Yeah.
But right now, it's beautiful.
Yeah. It seemed like. Sorry about that. It seemed like the center part of the state got more damage, not damage necessarily, but more rain than we did over here in the Tampa Clearwater area.
Well, those bands are really kind of interesting sometimes, the way they unfold. But yeah, we did get quite a bit of rain here earlier in the week, no doubt about that.
Yes. So you wanted to take a look at the TWM. I take it you're still in that trade?
Yeah, I'm still in it, and it looks okay, but I don't know. Yeah, what do you think?
Well, I still think that it is a good trade. It is one of the weaker indices out there. The likelihood of the market pulling down into tomorrow is pretty good. Tomorrow is a full moon. If you go back and you take a look at the markets here, they tend to pull down into full moons. And so right now I would say that looks good. If I go over to, TWM right now trading out at 28.92 out here, the question is today going to be another day where, you're down 70, 80 points and, we come back at about noon and it's down 30 or up 20 points. and just continue to have some of this sideways to lower action out there. And if we go take a look at I'll start off here with the futures market and go take a look at what the Russell 2000 actually did yesterday. Russell 2000, if we just simply go from the high that was put out there on August 21st, that high was 828. Let's see here, let me give you 826.80 down to the low that was put in on August the 24th. What we'll see is that the Russell 2000 did a 0.786 retracement. So it did that, and while it was doing a 0.786 retracement yesterday, also created a little doji candle. It's just simply indecision. It's the market imbalance between the bulls and the bears. Today's session, it's trading lower. If it continues to trade lower, what that says is that it wants to seek a lower price out there. So that's a good signal for what it is that you're looking at. If we switched over to the ETF indice and you were just taking a look at the IWM was giving you just a little bit different information yesterday in that it closed inside August 21st. Now, 43 million shares were what you had at August 21st. Yesterday it got inside. There were 30 million shares. That said that once you're inside, you could go ahead and test the highs out there. So, if it closes back today, the IWM back inside 81.19, it sets that up, and it may be just the reverse. The full moon may end up being the sell versus the buyout here. So I think you're in a good trade. I know you're using some good money management, and I would just stay where you're at.
Sounds good.
All righty.
Thank you for your input. Have a good weekend.
You bet. You too, and thanks for your call. Let's go to Lou in New Hampshire. Lou, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding.
Yes. How are you today?
I'm doing excellent. Yourself?
All right.
Perfect. How can I help you today?
Okay. PNRA.
PNRA. Okay. Tell me what you're doing.
I'm thinking of shorting, but don't know when to.
So tell me. Okay. So you're thinking of shorting. Tell me what you're looking at, and I'll go ahead and switch this over to a daily chart. It did gap down this morning. It's trading out at 156.58. So help me with your trade strategy, and I'll help you back.
Okay. I was thinking of shorting right here.
Right here. Okay. You can. So if we take a look at the Panera Bread, and we put the daily chart up on the screen, folks, here. If we take a look at yesterday it moved up with 238,000 shares. Now, on the stock chart here, on the chart that we're taking a look at, what I'm looking at specifically is the downdraft from February 28th. Wide price spread, accelerated volume on the way down. The top of that candle, February 8th, is 158.47. The low of that candle, 147.92. That, folks, has 3.5 million shares. Did not get up and touch that area yesterday, but it was going in there with 238,000 shares. So going in with 238, and that was going against 3.4 million shares. You could go ahead and place a short here. You would have as far as your stop, your better trade would be if it got up and over that February 8th level and then closed back below it. What you'd ideally like to see is you'd like to see this get into the July 30th low at 158.94. Do that with volume like you had yesterday. That has 787,000 shares. Get up there, touch that, and then close back below the candle from February 8th. That high is 158.47. So since you're fortunate enough to spend time taking a look at price and the stock charts during the day, what I would do if I were in your position is I would wait for the ultimate test to see if you get that.
Okay.
All righty?
Yes, thank you.
You bet, and thanks for calling. Let's go take a look at some of these stocks here, popping and dropping. Let's go see what's behind the move in Sears Holdings out there. Again, SHLD is the ticker symbol. Let's go see if there's any kind of volume here this morning. It is trading down, not too bad, but it does have some pretty decent volume here. This morning. Give me a moment here to pull Sears Holdings back up. So if we take a look at Sears Holdings, what Sears Holdings may really be doing, folks, is running to this high volume low area going back to December 27, 2011, when it gapped down with 9.6 million shares. If we take a look at today, so far today it's done 476,000 shares. Coming into the swing point area, that goes back to August 2nd. That's got 601,000 shares. The high there is $50. You're at 53.51 right now, so it's got a little bit of a way to go. But Sears Holding, let me see here. It's underneath this sign of strength, this little sign of strength that came in on May 1st, 2012 here. It's kind of blown off that area out there. So Sears Holding, has that potential. If it breaks the swing point, if it breaks, let's say, the swing point from August 2nd, the low there, 47.01, looks like to me like Sears Holding wants to run down to the bottom, which would be in the $29, $30 area. That's on Sears Holdings. If we go take a look at Apple, I did want to take a look at the Apple chart, see where, see where Apple opened this morning. Does not look like they gapped down. looks like they are not going to do the island reversal candle out there. When I was referring to, folks, I was taking a look at the day of August 24th. August 24th, Apple gets to a high, 699.48, goes ahead and gaps up. So far this morning, it's traded down to 688.25, the high of 671.55. It needed to get down below. It needed to open below 669. So no island reversal. However, that just simply, and Apple has a pattern of creating island reversal candles. However, what you still have out there, and I'll just simply redraw it, might as well redraw it, you've got the 1.272 Gartley sell pattern that is out there. That alone is a powerful enough pattern on Apple, and for whatever that's worth to you. Let's go take a look at what else is popping and dropping. How about BP Prudhoe Bay, up 5% this morning? Do not get in front of that stock chart, folks. That thing is absolutely getting hammered, and I think I even took it off my screen here, but let's go ahead and put it back up. BPT is the ticker symbol out there, and why did that go away? Oh, it's right here, BPT. So if we take a look at BPT, take a look at this. This is like going over Niagara Falls here, folks, without, well, I don't care what you go over Niagara Falls with. It's not going to be a pretty story when it comes to an end. And this thing here wants a lower price. When they take a look at lower price, let me put this on a monthly chart out here. And as we take a look at this on a monthly chart, right now this wants to at least get down into the $50 level, $50.04 up to $69.70. That is what? March of 09, folks. That is where BP Prudhoe Bay wants to trade down to. Let's go take a look at a couple other stocks here that are popping to the upside. First, we'll start off with the second in the clubhouse, Visteon Corp. VC is the ticker symbol, gapping up this morning. Let's take a look at the volume behind it, see what this is going into. This thing does have some sign of some institutional selling out here. Well, it's not too bad. Let's go take a look at it. So we got Visteon Corp right now gapping up this morning, taking out a B point. So the volume here, 424,000 shares in the first 15 minutes of trading. The B point on this is going to be the, looks like, let's see, the session of August 23rd. 43.41, is that it? 43.41. Yeah, 43.41. That did 1.6 million shares. So should have the volume today. Should be a pretty decent A to B equals CD up if this thing here can hold. We'll put the weekly chart up here, see what else is going into. But if we just draw the A to B equals CD pattern on this thing, I'd have to use the actual candle. Looks like about $55 and change. But let's put this on a weekly, see what else Visteon Corp may be telling to us. Okay, so we take a look at just simply, so this looks like it may have been a IPO going back into the October 2011 timeframe. So Visteon Corp, folks, opens October 1st, 2011 out at the $49 number, makes a move up to a high in February of 2011, February 18th, out at $76.61, and then just simply sells off. If we take a look at patterns out here, let's go see what kind of ABC pattern this thing may have put in. Did not complete the larger A to B equals CD out there. Trades down again to a low out here. We're looking at the weekly, August 3rd, down to $27.04. Closes at $28.42. Opens up the next session out at $28.62 and is moving higher. If we just simply take a look at, just kind of put some trend lines out here. Again, this has not been trading for a real long period of time. Let's take a look at this here. Looks like right now what it's running into is a downward trend line out there, downward sloping trend line. If we take a look at what kind of retracement this is doing, it's also, so on a weekly basis, this is going back into a swing point from May 4th. That has 3.7 million shares. You're coming up into it light, 1.8 million shares out here. Now, if it closes inside 46.13. That's the low, and you're trading at 46.05 right now. Sets up the possibility, and that would be the by the end of tomorrow. That sets up the possibility for it to go test the high. That would be at 51.50. That is on Visteon Corp. Amazon is trading up a percent here, but let's go take a look at percentage-wise. Let's go take a look at Pandora Media. I don't know if you've used Pandora. I know we've used it around here a few times, and kind of a cool software in that you put in the software is good as far as how they monetize. I'm not so sure, but the software just simply put in an artist that you want or a song, and then it goes out and identifies a similar song. So kind of a cool thing out there. Pandora here, though, having a major downdraft, and that's all that this session is doing here today. That downdraft coming in on March the 7th, moving down with 22 million shares after the prior trading session doing 7 million shares at the $14 price point. So it looks like what we may have here is a little bit of a consolidation area. If we take a look at that consolidation, you first come back and maybe take a look at the June 20th high. That's what it's trying to deal with this morning. That has 5.2 million shares. So you've got the volume behind the move. If you get a close up above $12.11, that sets up the possibility here, because if we take a look at it, you've got then an A to B equals CD that would be forming. I wouldn't want to step in front of this A to B equals CD. If we take a look at that, A to B equals CD, that means you got to close, or Pandora's got to close about $12.11 today, because it has the volume, and so you'd like to see price. What it would do, folks, the 1-to-1 takes you to 13.27, but it's that 1 to 2.72 that takes you all the way to where the breakdown began inside of Pandora. And, and when you take a look at the chart pattern here, when you take a look at the gap down day from March the 7th, you can see how the high of that, which was $11.30 here, how the high of that didn't hold. So it didn't hold, meaning you had many closes above that. If you're watching us on Tiger TV, going across the screen, and once that area didn't hold, said that, okay, it's not a real resistance area, and that's really what's proven itself to be the case here in this equity. But remember, you've got plenty of folks, a huge supply line, plenty of folks that are enjoying being able to get a little bit more of their money back today on Pandora Media. 877-927-6648. Dow's off 64. S&P's off 7. We'll be right back, folks.
You've always taken the long view when it comes to investing, but what if there's an opportunity right under your nose? What if you could be more responsive to market trends to seek to boost your portfolio performance right now while seeking to reduce your overall risk? At Direction Funds, we connect investors with alternative strategies that seek to maximize their returns. Smart investors deserve smart alternatives. Find yours at directionfunds.com. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risk, charges, and expenses of Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Funds. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact the Direction Funds at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil's subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to check out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page of TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now.
Catch Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. The Money Masters, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go tour around the commodities. Let's go take a look at gold and silver and oil, see what they all are doing out there right now. You've got gold trading out at $16.64. If we take a look at that, that gold is really flat. It's up a buck and change here. Gold trying to come down and, test the trend line that we're looking at on the daily chart, going all the way back to a year ago, almost a year ago, September 6, 2011, when you had gold trade up to $1,923.70. So you can see this is a longer-term trend line. You're going to see two trend lines out here. You're going to see the one off of the bottom, the most recent one. The one that has the most meaning is what? The longer period trend line here. To a certain extent, you could say it got down there yesterday. It looks to me like it wants just a little bit lower prices to come down and test that trend line. If it does that and it holds, might be an area where you'd want to consider taking a shorter-term trade, long trade on gold out there. If we go take a look at high-ho silver, see what silver is doing. Silver having made a number of patterns here, but it is also trading up at the highs of these, so it's consolidating at the highs. Silver actually looks like it's got more strength than gold does out here. When I say different trend line, when I say different patterns, one, you can go take a look at the trend in silver going back to the high established on April 25th, out at $49.82 out here. Your next touch point is going to be the high on the trend line. Is going to be the high on February 29th out there, and you can see silver having broken through that area, just like gold did. So it breaks through that trend line, but on its pullback, silver not pulling back into the bottom of the trend line, of the top trend line, but the pulling back to at least test that area. So silver actually, as you take a look at it, has a lot more strength than gold at the moment. It's a 1.272 butterfly that was also established. There was a 0.382 retracement off of the most recent high, meaning February 29th, all the way down to the low. So an area of strong resistance out here, but silver not looking like it wants to give it up. What does that set up? That sets up, if silver does take off from this area, you will see silver up in the $33.19 level. It's at $30 right now. If we go take a look at the light sweet crude, folks, I filled up my car the other day, 80+ bucks, $80+ out there. You want to talk about taxes. Imagine if that was a little over, well, it was over $4 a gallon. And, I certainly remember when, you were paying just a little over $1 for gas. Think about that. Think about how many meals or what that could buy just simply by becoming energy independent or having a strong dollar out here. So we're going to have both, right? So if we go take a look at light sweet crude out here, you got light sweet crude trading out right now at 95.16, pulling back a bit. Light sweet crude really showing, another triangle out here. We're taking a look at the trend line off of March 1st. Next trend line being, next touch point being May 1st, 2012. And you can see as oil is pulling back here, we want to see lower prices. What we really want to see, folks, is we want to see this most recent trend line here be broken. That's simply just coming off of, I'm just using the June 29th level, and then the low, and then the open on August the 3rd up there. So not really giving us much of a signal today. Right now, folks, the Dow trading off 72 points. The S&P's off 8. Do yourself a favor. Stay tuned. Tom and I will be up next doing the Money Masters show. We have a replay of that show from 12 to 1 today. So after our Money Masters show, we go to Santa Fe, New Mexico for Kate Salter. Small Cap Roundup, 1 to 2, Daryl Martin. 2 to 3, the David White Show. 3 to 4, the Ken Shreve Show, the warm-up band for what? The one and only Tom O'Brien Show, folks. Thanks so much for being here. Have yourself a great morning, folks, and I'll look forward to seeing you in a few or tomorrow morning. Take care. Have a great day.